Well, it's a new year, and that means new books to add to your reading list. Author Patricia Fischer is here with some titles to add to your 2023 list. Hello, my friend. Good to see you.
Yes, New Year's, new start.
Year, new book.
New to be read pile.
All right, I'm excited. Okay, so let's get to a couple of biographies that you've had your eye on. What should we look out for?
So, Undaunted is about Congresswoman Jackie Speier. She was part of the Leo Ryan's campaign, or his Congress, when he was served in Congress, to go down and get defectors from the Jonestown cult in Guyana, and they got there and they all got shot. Killed the congressman. She was shot like 5 times. Stayed on the tarmac for like over 24 hours thinking this is it. She survived. She came back. She ran for Congress. She just recently retired. But the whole point is that she advocates for victims' rights, and just she's like, I'm going to make the world better. I'm not going to sit here and be scared the whole time. So she is fierce. And then we have Audrey Hepburn, who a lot of people think, oh, she's wonderfully glamorous and everything, but she was amazing.
She was equally fierce.
She was equally fierce in different ways. She was actually a child of war. When the Nazis invaded the Netherlands, she and her family sometimes had to resort to eating the tulip bulbs because they had no food. So when the Allies came in and rescued and gave everybody food, she remembered that. So when she got older, she started working for UNICEF and going into these very war-torn areas, scary parts of the world that nobody else was helping, and help get food in there and help those kids.
Interesting. See it through the eyes of them. They were actually there. Okay, let's get to something a little more lighthearted, something fun. I know you have some really fun kind of date idea card. What is this? It's a game. I've seen stuff like this going around.
So it's just 52 cards, one a week, or you can do 52 days, whatever. But it's all these like cheap date cards that you can do at home. So you can do an impromptu picnic. You can challenge each other to a dessert making contest. I mean, just different things at home, because we're all paying bills now because the holidays were fantastic. Or whatever. But this is just something easy, and I got this at the Sexology Institute. It's down on South St. Mary's.
Oh yeah.
And then for anybody that isn't actually is embarrassed about going into the Sexology Institute, they do have curbside pickup.
Okay.
So
you can spice it up.
You can spice it up with glasses in your car.
That's funny. That sounds like fun. Okay, so let's get to our young adult readers. What do you have for them?
So this is a book called Waking Fire, and it's a young adult fantasy. It's about a young woman who's, things are going pretty well in her village and everything's fine, and then this army has come in and taken over and just changed everything. So she, and it's something that they really didn't know anything about, so they're taken completely by surprise. So she and her friends, her twin brother, all, rally and have to fight what they think might be the evil, but I mean, it's just like you're always trying to figure out where they should be looking. So it's very vivid. It's very beautiful.
Okay, and for our superhero lovers, you got a good one for them.
Yes. So this has been, people have been waiting on this series for a long time. So Kelly Sue DeConnick and Phil Jimenez, they're 2 amazing award-winning storytellers and artists. They came up with this visual feast of a comic book series. So this is 1, 2, and 3 volumes. It's basically about the women of Olympus are really kind of done with how the dudes are running it. So they do a side gig of these women warriors that they don't tell the guys about. And this is how the Amazons came to be. So, and then, we start, building, and they do the whole timeline to Wonder Woman, like this whole thing. And people who are not as strong readers, if you have kids, if you yourself don't feel like, comic books and graphic novels are wonderful for having that visual cue and getting you through the story.
And wanting to go.
So it's important.
Okay.
So I picked that up at Gotham Newsstand, and then I have another one on for Dragon's Lair Comics down the street.
Which are always a big hit.
Yes.
Okay, now let's go back. You have another Audrey Hepburn favorite. This one's fiction, though, right?
Right. So this was, I received an early copy, and it is out in April, so you can pre-order it. But it's a family secret and a love triangle, a chance at redemption. It's loosely based on the movie Sabrina.
Oh, one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's beautiful and it's fun, and this is a house that the locals swear that the movie was filmed in, and the girl's like, no, it really isn't, but but it's about to get torn down. So she's gone back to say goodbye, but she realizes that it stirs up more questions than closure.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put that one on my list, too. Okay, now let's get to quickly, too. We've got some for our romance lovers out there.
So Shipwrecked is about 2 people. It was a one-night stand. She took off before he woke up, and then they have to work together again on a show that they're in like some isolated set, and they have to actually be friends and get along, and they swear they're just going to be friends and nothing else is going to happen, and best laid plans. And then Flirting with the Beast is about a woman she is widowed, and she decides to jump back in the dating pool again, and she ends up meeting someone that everyone says is just a great big grump, but you know, things work out okay.
Turns out otherwise.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I can get lost in a lot of these. Great picks for the new year. Thank you so much for sharing all your awesome selections. You guys can connect with Patricia online. Visit her website, patriciawfischer.com. You can find her all over social media, Patricia WF Writer on Twitter, on Pinterest. Pick her brain for if you need some new recommendations, she always has really good ones. Thank you, my friend.